Anthony Weiner. I have to say, Lewis, this is pretty remarkable. I rarely say this on the show, but I told you so. Anthony Weiner, we heard some rumors starting last week that he may have penis tweeted a couple of women, or at least one woman. He sent out penis tweets, and then he denied it. He claimed that he was having an FBI investigation look into it, that his system was hacked, that he had been involved in the possible manipulation and insertion of pictures, etc., etc. And what did I say last week, Lewis? Do you remember what it was that I said when we first heard about this topic? And the claim was he can't say with certitude that the picture isn't of him, but he most certainly did not send anything. You remember that conversation.
Right.
Do you remember what it was that I said?
You said that just him saying that is proof that there's a chance that pictures like this exist of him.
Right. Well,
Right.
let me actually play for you what I said, because it's rare that I say I told you so, but I was dead on, Lewis. And I got emails from people on YouTube and on the
but come
podcast.
on. I don't think you need to be Nostradamus to...
Hold on a second, Lewis. Saying, how do I even think that these are real pictures? What is wrong with me? How am I buying into this? It's already been debunked. Listen to what I said a week ago today. And you know what, Lewis, filibuster while I plug my computer in. You remember what I said.
I remember what you said, and I remember you having this same computer problem many times.
Let's take a listen. Is doing what I'm just throwing out a possibility that hasn't been mentioned, which would fall under the letter of what he's saying, but not the spirit, is that he meant to send this as a direct message to someone on Twitter, and he accidentally tweeted it out publicly. That's what I think may have happened here. Right. And I was ridiculed for that comment, Lewis. I was ridiculed, and it turns out I was exactly right. Anthony Weiner saying he meant to send this as a direct message. He accidentally sent it out publicly. He panicked. Therefore, I guess when one panics, they claim to have asked for FBI investigations and that their system was hacked. It's completely natural, Lewis.
Alas, the Weiner was that of Weiner.
And then here is the press conference. Very, very sad
Clear up
situation.
some of the questions that have been raised over the past 10 days or so, and take full responsibility for my actions. At the outset, I'd like to make it clear that I have made terrible mistakes that have hurt the people I care about the most, and I'm deep...
All right, and I'm not going to play the whole thing, but the long and short of it is Anthony Weiner said he engaged in not one incident of penis tweeting, but multiple. He was involved in Facebook conversations. I can't even read the Facebook conversations he was involved in. One was released, and he discusses a ridiculous bulge in his shorts right now. He asks if people want to see it. It's incredible. I mean, it really is incredible. And Weiner said that he had never met in person any of these people. These are only online relationships. I have no evidence to support that that's a lie, but he's been lying about everything else. Why wouldn't he lie about that too? I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised.
Right.
Natan seems really anxious to comment on this. I guess now he's not. He was doing all sorts of stuff with that microphone back there. So let's go through this one by one, Lewis. I was completely right. I was ridiculed on the internets for this, and we know internets are serious business, but people still choosing to ridicule me and say that I don't know what I'm talking about. Exactly what I suggested is what happened. Now the question is, will Anthony Weiner resign? And I'm not saying should he resign. I'm saying will he end up resigning? I actually believe that he will. This is the poll up on davidpakman.com right now. Will Anthony Weiner end up resigning? And I believe that the answer is yes.
You're asking me?
Yeah, what do you think?
Probably.
People are saying, well, you know, the thing is, this is just his personal life. This has nothing to do with whether he's a good congressman or not. And I tend to agree with that. I do tend to agree with that. The thing is, and I like Anthony Weiner. I love
do too.
When he goes on with Megyn Kelly on Fox News and ridicules the entire Fox News charade.
But he'll forever be the penis tweeter.
He has, the penis tweeting is not good. And you just have to think, you know what? I'm a powerful congressman from New York. I'm making a bigger and bigger name for myself. Progressives are championing me. Maybe I won't send out pictures of my penis online to multiple women. What the hell? Maybe I'll just not do that. But you know what it is? We see this so commonly. There's just something about the personality that's required to even want to seek major public office like this that probably just goes along with having a certain, hey, they can't touch me type of attitude. I think it's just clearly a personality thing.
Yeah.
Weren't you saying, Natan, something about this new study that suggests that there is a much higher case of, what was the story? That among politicians, there are certain personality traits that are just much more common.
Yeah, that apparently among CEOs, people high up in business and politicians, I guess something like 4% of them are, psychopathic. They have psychopathic personalities, whereas in the general population, it's 1%. But I don't know that that necessarily has to do with like your likelihood of, cheating on your wife.
Well, no. It has to do
it's
with the
all
likelihood
connected.
of doing things that you think you won't get caught for. That's the kind of the idea. It's the arrogance level of it. It has nothing to do with cheating per se.
Right.
That's what I think.
I
Now,
mean, that would be connected to everything you do socially.
the funniest thing that happened as a result of this, I think, is that Benjy Bronk from the Howard Stern show infiltrated the press conference that Anthony Weiner did. And this is just so funny, asking ridiculous questions. I know the audio isn't great here. I will render the questions for you as they come. Anthony Weiner doing a great job of ignoring these, I think, hilarious questions. Let's take a listen.
I mean, it's something that I found useful, and Facebook is a way to get out the message. But I certainly wouldn't obviously do the things that I have done that led me to this place.
Okay, so that's question number one. If you didn't hear it, the question is, are you shocked that Arnold had sex with such an ugly woman? That's question number one. There's a still shot of Weiner who looks furious after that question is asked. Doesn't stop Benjy, continues.
Of course I would. Of course I would. No, I did not. I did not.
Will you help to support Arnold's love child?
So that question, will you help to support Arnold's love child, which of course is the height of parody, really, ladies and gentlemen. And then the last question is Anthony Weiner is leaving, probably the most graphic of the questions.
Privacy of the women who were involved, but it was clearly a mistake and one that I deeply regret.
In the great
Thank you.
Benjy photo, were you fully erect? Were you fully erect or were you capable?
All right, so there's the final question. In the picture with the gray boxers, were you fully erect or are you capable of more? And you know what irritates me about these? Afterwards, we had a lot of major media saying, "Oh, it's a serious situation, and this is the guy is, and this is we can't be joking about this, and it's disruptive for Benjy Bronk to be in there yelling these questions." Ladies and gentlemen, we have a congressman, one of 435 elected members of the House of Representatives, admitting that for a week he has been lying about not sending out penis tweets. He's been claiming that there's an FBI investigation going on, that his system was hacked, and he's giving a press conference admitting that there are at least five other women that fall under that. And Benjy Bronk asking if he'll take care of Arnold's love child. That's the disruptive thing? That's the concern? That a comedy writer is yelling funny questions? Give me a break. And honestly, if this weren't, Benji's only there because this is the reaction he's going to get. I think it's hilarious. I absolutely love it. We have a congressman admitting to penis tweets. The problem is not Benjy Bronk asking if he is capable of more.
Yeah, funny stuff.
Very funny stuff.